Right, hello everyone.
Thank you, Michael. Awkward as always.
Not as awkward as the sex.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, oh god, what happened there? Oh, what the fuck? What? Hello everyone. So, today, not now. Today, as I mentioned on my 100th video, oh shit. Sorry, I'm getting used to the controls again. I did my driving lessons recently, and I passed my test, and I wanted to almost video log what we were doing, just to give people an insight on what it's actually like to go through it all. So obviously this is GTA 5.
Hey, what's up?
I'm getting used to the buttons as I'm playing. No, it's not that. Yeah, another thing which I'll be doing, I'll be going in first person mode, if I can remember how to do that. Sorry, bear with me. No. Michael. Oh, someone smashed my... Ah, there we go. Right, okay. Right, we're in business. So, put away your phone. Put away your phone! I'm going to sort of go through each lesson by lesson. Oh god, this is sensitive. I've kind of made notes on where I actually was going. Of course, I'm from Britain, so this is all the wrong side of the road. But I'll try my best. Starting with lesson 1. It was pretty much just getting used to the car and such. God. And I drove a motorbike for about 7 years. So in terms of road stuff, I know how it works. Doesn't look like it by how I'm driving at the moment. I had it in 3-hour sessions, which was my choice. But later I thought it was too much for me. Yeah, with the first 3 lessons, it was on a very simple bit of road, which I'll try and find something similar in here. Oh, what are you doing? Because it doesn't help that my window is all smashed at the moment. Oh, there's so much I've not seen yet. Because I started this game when it came out, but then it kind of didn't do anything. So what I'm looking for is quite a quiet road with a bit of a bend, and then we did some maybe here. Of course, this isn't going to be accurate to what I actually did, but I'll try my best, as I said. No. Ooh. But yeah, I would just say now that if you've never drove before, and you're sort of basing it on games like this, sort of similar, I guess. I mean, when I first got into this, it's like, oh, this is quite sensitive, but in fact, the accelerator pedal is very sensitive. You don't need pressure at all. Well, you do need pressure, but you don't need that much pressure. In terms of handling, it's hard to say. I mean, this is, I don't know, is this like GTA's version of an Audi? So it's going to respond differently to the car. Oh, by the way, I should mention that the car which I first learned in was the Ford Fiesta 2010. It was a diesel 2-litre engine or something. Oh, this is too built up, this area. It was actually almost like a dirt road, but I didn't actually think this through because I might not have access to it. Let me just pull up and check my map. It was a moderately straight road. I mean, yeah, Alamo C, wherever that is. I'd have to see what the game lets me do. It's up like here. So road trip. If I was to say how nervous I was starting the lessons, I mean, I was actually pretty confident starting because of the bike experience, and I thought, oh, I know the roads, I know the rules of the roads, I know roughly what to do, I know when I should stop. I mean, my first lesson did go well, arguably well. There was a few things which kind of scared me a bit, which I'll come to later on, but the sort of, oh god, you stopped suddenly, didn't you? Why you stopped? What's that noise? It's not part of the song, is it? Anyway, right, I'm going to overtake you, it's too annoying. But yeah, in this situation of learning, it's kind of strange because you get to a point where you can do what you're told when you're told to do it, but then you kind of stop thinking for yourself, if that makes sense. So that the instructor's saying, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that, and then you get to a section where he's not specifically telling you what to do, and you're like, okay, but what do you want me to do? What should I do here? I don't remember there being tractors on the road in this game. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, I don't have to be doing this. It kind of makes it realistic to what driving can be like. Okay, so initial things which I was worried about with the car is that obviously compared to a motorbike, or even if you're on a bicycle, on them, you are like in the center of the vehicle. You are the vehicle, as it were. So you can easily see if you're too far left, too far right, etc. But in a car, you're always offset from the center, and I was worried about knowing where the side of the car was. So that was one thing. And the other thing I was worried about was the gear lever, gear stick, because on the... Oh, this is taking too long, I'll just go. The gear stick on the bike, you always go up in sequence, and it's a matter of pulling in the clutch, which is on your left hand, and then with the gear lever on your left foot, you pull your foot up or down to go up and down in the gears. And with a car, it's like a certain... No, there's the H side, of course. For other people, I was learning a manual, not an automatic, so you have to like learn the positions. Like 1 is top left of the H, 2 is bottom left, and then it goes to the middle, which is 3rd, and now I'm just... Where am I going now? Yeah, you basically learn that. It might sound a bit iffy. I might not be explaining it very well either. But yeah, that was one other thing I was worried about. And it was just not knowing how sensitive the brakes are and what it's like to drive something which has more weight to it, which might not have the same acceleration, which it didn't at all. Getting used to using my feet to control acceleration and all that. Right, I didn't know what it was like with the clutch compared to the bike. I wasn't sure what the biting point difference would be. In theory, it's the same. Oh yeah, reversing. Reversing I was really worried about, because on a bike you don't reverse. I mean, stationary you can like roll backwards, but you control them with your feet and you actually have proper control over that. Right, this is that Stab City. This area is called Stab City. What I'll do, I'll actually have to go back. I love the pause menu in this game, actually. I love the slow fade of the music coming in. You can go around, Shame it's getting dark, actually. Can't really see what I'm doing. So just for reference, I had my lesson. I had a half day at work, and I got back home, and my lesson was about 2:30 in the afternoon. When was it? May? End of May, I think I started it. So it wasn't like particularly hot or anything, but it was like bright. I mean, as I said, it was 3 hours, which I mean, I'll say again, but I got to a point where tell you what, if I make a left here, and of course all the roads in the US are big. They're big roads compared to Britain. Whoa. Thanks for crashing into me. So the first road I ever went on, of course there's the question of if I try and explain what I'm doing in terms of British roads. I mean, it will make more sense for me, but obviously the wheel is on the wrong side. Well, I'm tempted to wait till it's not daytime now. I don't physically want to wait here. So if I just make this as a marker, and then I'll go and explore till it's daytime, and maybe I can find more stuff to bamble on about. So I think I had about 14 lessons. The 14th included the test exam. I opted for a semi-intensive course, which I actually had control. You could do an intensive, which would be like every day, 2 hours a day or something, or the semi-intensive. So I thought, oh, there's going to be days where I'm too knackered to do it or whatnot. So I went for that option. And I tried to not have it disrupt work too much, so I tried to keep it on Friday afternoons and Saturday mornings. I did 3 hours for the first 3 lessons, then realised this is too much for me. I can't deal with this because it's intensive. There's things you have to like do quickly, and I couldn't. I didn't have the energy to do it. Yeah, so, and then the rest of the lessons were 2 hour sessions. I think 2 hour is enough. The thing about driving is that you shouldn't go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to be driving in the week and all that, because, I mean, for me, it brought about unnecessary stress. My advice to everyone is just take your time, do it at your own speed. If you've never driven before, I don't recommend you do intensive or big long sessions. It's good to get you in gently, slowly, just to help alleviate any anxiety you have about the process. yeah, because I had previous experience, I thought semi-intensive was for me. And yeah, I as I said, I passed. I'm not going to say it was a breeze because the night before, of course, you don't sleep because you're thinking about it. Just the sense that it's an exam. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to overtake because you're being a bit annoying. In terms of when I felt mostly comfortable, with some people it's like after the 5th lesson or something. Well, what my instructor told me is that for the first few lessons, the car controls you, which is accurate. It really, I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. It was very surreal, and then you start controlling the car. And for me, that probably, because I had 3-hour session, it happens on the 2nd lesson, I think. No, 3rd lesson. 3rd lesson was when I was thinking, right, I can see how this is going. I can vaguely understand what I'm doing here. Oh, great! That bloody car went. Oh, if I get a chance, I'm going to try and find a hatchback because the Fiesta was a hatchback. It wasn't a saloon car like this. And of course, that's another thing which was worrying about me, was the length of the car and not knowing the length of the car. With a bicycle, you can kind of tell, honestly. I don't remember if GTA has hatchbacks. Yeah, oddly enough, I know this was a thing with GTA that people didn't like first person, but I think it's amazing. I really love it. I mean, there was a time where I was playing this online with someone, and they were like doing all these weird shenanigans, like setting people on fire, shooting from the car, swearing at me, you know. But I was in this mode, so I couldn't actually see what he was doing. I still didn't really care. I like this. And I'm kind of used to doing it now. And I mean, even when you go off, what's that mountain called? The big mountain of the game. Going down that in first person was amazing. It's really fun. So this first video log, it's mainly going to be me rambling on. I'm not really showing much of a lesson, but once I get into the swing of it, I think this will be okay. Oh, stop this. Right, that's kind of a hatchback. That's kind of like a smart car, isn't it? Or a Kia. Okay, I don't want that shitty car. Oh, there was one there.
Joy.
What?
So you're gonna drive into me?
What are you doing? 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 You twat. Oh yeah, it's a game, isn't it? I might have a bit of road rage, actually. Driving, so I mean, I'm driving a bit like a twat as well, honestly, but it's kind of a big estate. It's like a Land Rover, isn't it? It's a bit big. Sorry, it wasn't a particularly big car, the one I drove. But of course, something else which happens, my car swapped halfway through my lessons, and the second car was a Renault Clio, and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be smaller, it's going to make it easier. They are not small, they are actually pretty damn big. It was actually bigger than the Fiesta I was driving, and the Fiesta was diesel, the Clio was petrol, but the Clio was a 2019 Clio, so it's modern, contemporary modern, and has loads of fancy features. Oh, it's a bloody saloon again. No! The same sorts, but it's big. Although honestly, I do like big cars.
Let's go find out what's happening in your world.
Oh god, another saloon. After you, it's a saloon again. Ideally, I want to find a car park. What's this? Okay, might find something here then. That's a saloon. That's a saloon. Okay, well, I don't want to be like fussing over this too much. So if I see one of them bigger cars, I'm just gonna get one. Maybe I can go to Bay City Avenue over here. So these are called Invention Court and Imagination Court. We'll just get there as quickly as possible. Saloon, saloon, saloon. It's kind of a hatchback. I'm gonna get that. No, stop. 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 Stop beeping. This is actually kind of like the car I've got now, actually. Anyway. This'll do. Unless I can find a smaller one. It sounds very electronic, this car. It's very quiet, too. Let me have a look. It's a big car which doesn't have an alarm. Well done. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the sudden ending. We'll continue this next time.